Mhm.
Right.
Hi everyone, it's Global Scholarships, and I'm your host Az. I hope you're doing well. Today I'm a little sick, so apologize beforehand. It's if it's a kind of a low energy live stream, but fear not, I'm here joined by, as always, Eamon. Eamon, hi. How are you? How are things?
Hi, Evans. I'm doing good, thank you. How are you? I mean, you
Thank
just said you're ill.
yeah. Thank you. I'm okay. I'm kind of not that bad. So I'm kind of doing all right. Hi, our viewers already started. Um, so again, as always, today we'll go through 5 scholarships that I've picked for this week's live stream. But at any point, if you have a question, it could be about a scholarship, a school. They don't have to be about the specific scholarship or the school we are talking about. So feel free to ask about any uh, questions about any problems you have, any like in general studying abroad. So feel free. Also, don't feel the need to like wait for me to stop talking about what I'm talking. Just ask in the chat if you have any questions, and we'll do our best to answer them as soon as we can. Okay. So, Eamon, if you're ready, I will start with our first scholarship of the day. All right.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Mm. Okay. So, the first scholarship of the day is Peace Belt Scholarship at International Christian University. So, let me share the link here in chats. So this is for people who want to study in Japan. So Peace Belt Scholarship at International Christian University. So this is for bachelor students. It's full funding. There are no nationalities or specific subjects. It's for 14 people. Now it's in International Christian University. Let's get more information about the school. Now, the school is like, I believe it's regarded as like the best private university in Japan. Eamon, feel free to correct me on that if I'm wrong. Uh, it's one of the top universities in Japan. It's in Tokyo. So, like if you want to study in Japan, this like you can't do much better than this school. It's again, as you can see, it's not a very like a large school, not a lot of students, but it's a very high level education. It has a very high level of education. As you can see, there are other scholarship as well. There are scholarships as well. And for our new viewers, this is our website, globalscholarships.com. Now, the thing is, as you can see, we have a separate pages for both scholarships and for schools. Again, this is the school page. As you can see, like we have all the information that you might need, like the place, the population, number of scholarships, like for example, the admissions process, deadlines, tuition fees, and all the scholarships. As you can see, there are other scholarships too. Some of them are full funding, some of them are partial funding. This is the one that we are talking about right now. So if you're interested in the school, you can just go to our page and like read all about it. And there are a lot of useful links. For example, you want to see the admissions process, you can just click here, since this is for bachelors, and go and see the like application process, the application page of the school. Now, I believe this school, International Christian University, has a completely bilingual campus. So like you can apply, like you can get your education completely in English. So like a lot of the faculty, a lot of the staff has a very strong like skills in both English and Japanese. So if you're interested in studying here, as you can see, all the process is here, and you can just reach them from our page, university page. Now we have deadlines here, and as you can see, the tuition fee is a million yen. Now that sounds like a very big number, but because yen is relatively very affordable as a national currency, so it's around 7,000 US dollars, which is comparatively affordable. And as you can see, we have other scholarships as well. Now, this is the school. Uh, Today we have a lot of schools and scholarships in Asia. So if you're interested in that, today will be interesting for you. Now, this scholarship covers your annual tuition fees for 4 years, matriculation fees, dormitory fees, and facility fees. Doesn't give you a separate living stipend to cover your living expenses, but other than that, pretty much takes care of everything else. So there are no, yeah, there are. I mean, this kind of is both like you need to be in need of financial assistance, financial aid, and you have to show like academic excellency. So again, from our scholarship page, you can just click here and go to the scholarship page of the university. So as you can see, this is the financial aid for undergraduates in International Christian University. We have this, they have an interesting way of showing their financial aids. I've never seen this before. Like as you can see, there are different links. You can go from here. There are different scholarships here, and this is the one we are talking about right now. ICU Peace Belt Scholarship. So basically, what this shows is that everything here, matriculation and first year, second year, third year, and like everything, dorm fees, is supported by the scholarship. So this, like every dot, like every little circle here, means that this is supported by scholarship. So everything's covered. But if you're interested, you can see other ones as well. University of Tomorrow Scholarship. That's also a scholarship that this school has. So you might be interested in that because it's a very like competitive school already. And they have voices from scholars, like the recipients of these scholarships. For example, ICU Peace Belt Scholars. So you can read this to get a better understanding of the experiences that scholarship recipients had, or like we have other scholarships as well here. And then we have the application process. Now, application process, you need to go through a separate application in which you will need obviously an application form, and then you will need an income, like a bunch of income documents, because you need to show that you need financial aid. They don't give you just based on merit. And also because you also need to have merit, you need a letter of recommendation. Then you can follow these steps, and yeah, that's pretty much it. This is a very good private school, if I'm not wrong. And this pretty much covers everything except your living expenses, which honestly, if you want to study in Tokyo, you need to have a plan for, because Tokyo is not the most affordable places to study as a student. So yeah, that's it. Like if you need to have a plan for your living expenses. Other than that, everything else, tuition, matriculation, dormitory, which again, rent is not very easy to afford in Tokyo. So dormitory is very good. Yeah, it covers pretty much all of that. And Eamon, do you want to add anything to this? Correct me if I'm wrong about the university, but I believe like it's one of the top private
Hmm.
universities in Japan.
Yeah, indeed. It is a private institution in Japan. I think one of the best things about private institutions in Japan is that the availability of English courses. They do that better than government institutions, as far as I know. Um, Another thing about studying in Japan is they have a plan of internal internationalization. Basically, they want to bring as many international students as possible from now until 2033. So they plan to get around 300 to 400,000 students in this period, meaning that getting a visa to Japan as a student will be much, much easier because they're making it available if you have the funds, of course. As far as the scholarship is concerned, yeah, we say that it's fully funded, but we are reconsidering that. At some point, we considered scholarships that cover full tuition and accommodation to be fully funded, but we are realizing that it's not very accurate. So this would be more accurately described as a full tuition scholarship, despite the other benefits. Also, as far as the tuition fees for the university, they are a little less than $7,000 at the moment because I think the dollar is suffering against the yen, so it's around 6.6K, and which makes it more affordable than it used to be.
Right.
Yep.
I see. So okay, thank you. Like just to clarify for our viewers, the difference what's the difference between a full funding scholarship? Because they can come here and see some of our scholarships are like categorized as full funding. What's the difference between a full funding and a full tuition scholarship? What is our criteria for that?
So we consider a scholarship fully funded if it covers tuition fees and the living expenses.
I see.
So if both of these criteria are met, it is considered to be a fully funded scholarship. If the living expenses criterion is not met, then whatever else the scholarship covers, uh, on top of the tuition fees, it would still be full tuition rather than fully funded.
I see. So if our viewers come to our website and see scholarships that are categorized as full funding, it's understood that they would also have like living stipends that will help them with like their living expenses, right?
Yes, right. That is right.
Okay. Okay. Thank you very much. So again, if you have any questions about this scholarship or school or any other scholarship, or in general, like it could be about just a problem that you have during like a procedure or process in studying abroad, you can feel free to ask them now or at any point. So at this point, we don't have a question on both YouTube and Facebook. So I'm gonna move on to our next scholarship. Let's see. So now this is President's Scholarship at Illinois Wesleyan University. Let me just share the link on both sides. So yes, this is in United States. Now this is for bachelors. It's full tuition. Full tuition as you can see. So again, this doesn't cover living expenses. It's for all nationalities, all subjects. There are just two recipients, which is the one downside of this scholarship, not for a lot of people. And yeah, it covers full tuition. So, like if you're interested in Illinois Wesleyan University, you can just see from here. It's again like two is not a lot to recipient, but it's not a very large school either. So you would have less competition on this one. If you're interested, hang on, sorry. If you're interested, like clearly this is in Illinois. If you want to get more information about the school, now both the school and the scholarship, if I'm being honest, even though I picked these for this week's list, not amazing. There isn't much that like separates distinguishes from other scholarships, but I just want to keep at least one or two United States scholarships for every week to get like to give people more awareness, because I believe that like a lot of people not just like dream of studying abroad, but specifically they want to study abroad in the United States. So I want to keep at least some of those uh, in here every week. So yeah, this is the school, not a very large school. Again, if you want to get more information about the application process, you can just click here in our page and go to the application admissions page of the university. So, and you can, like, for example, you can see the costs, um, just not just tuition costs, by the way, like room, board, like student activities, and etc. Pretty much everything, which totals for around $72,000, which is not nothing. It's quite a lot. Now this scholarship covers the tuition fees, which is normally around $53,000. And again, as you can see, there is one more scholarship, but it's partial funding, so it doesn't cover the entire tuition fee. So I didn't want to include that one. So yeah, this is the university, another large university. It's in Illinois, United States. Again, so the scholarship is for people like just an outstanding first year undergraduate student. So like there is no need for financial aid, but like uh, you saw that like the expenses are quite high. So yeah, this would be quite good for a lot of people. Now it's pretty straightforward. Not much information here because there's really nothing to say. It's just two full tuition scholarships to like completely covers tuition fees. That's pretty much it. And the application is also done through. You have to have a CSS profile. You can apply to the school through Common App, and yeah, that's pretty much it. This is not a very not a very, what would you say, like not a lot of interesting details here. If you want to study in the United States, I just want to have some scholarships that we didn't talk about before. Uh, let some lesser known scholarships that you will have less competition. For example, if you are applying for other schools in the United States, then you can like try your luck with this one too. And if you get the scholarship, you don't have to pay tuition fees, which is great. So yeah, this is pretty straightforward. Eamon, do you want to add anything about this one?
Not really, as you said, it's a pretty straightforward scholarship. I think it's offered to the top two international students who apply to the university. So it's only based on merit and not financial need. I guess if anyone has the grades for it, uh, and has around 20K spare for living expenses, they can apply for the university.
Yes. Um, so okay. If you have any questions right now, you can ask them. I don't see any new questions right now. So I guess we can move on to our next scholarship, which is again in Asia. See now, I believe we talked about this one before, but I'm not sure. This is Nanyang scholarship at Nanyang Technological University. Now let me share the link. Now, this is for bachelors. Again, it's full funding. No specific nationalities or subjects for this one. This is one for people who want to study in Singapore. If you don't know about Nanyang Technological University, it's a great university in Singapore. Let me show you to put it in a better. Oh, why are we doing this? Yeah, sorry, in a better geographical context. It's in Singapore. It's a. By the way, I really like the architecture. I'm not sure. I believe I spoke about this before. It's a very good campus with very interesting like architecture, and also it's a very good school like in technological studies. So if you're interested in studying in Singapore, this is a very good school. As you can see, It has just one scholarship. You can see about the application process here by clicking here and going to the universities page. Get more information here. And then we have deadlines. Again, like the compared to United States schools, universities, it's still quite affordable, around $13,000, but it can be quite high too. Like there's a lot of room here between 13,000 and like around 30,000. So yeah, that's, I mean, it could be a lot. It could be quite a high number for the tuition fee. This is a very good school, and the scholarship covers pretty much everything. Um, Now, as you can see, this is like it covers tuition fees. I'm sorry, it covers tuition fees. It gives you a living allowance of 6,000 Singaporean dollars per year, 2,000 for accommodation, 5,000 for travel grant, and computer allowance. Like that's not something that I've seen in a lot of scholarships. Like it's very comprehensive, and like yeah, okay. Here's the thing: if you're interested in studying in Nanyang, we have a tutorial video on that one. Now, like in that video, I've talked about this, but like the qualification process, like trying to figure out your qualification, kind of intimidating. But if you want to study in this school and like you can follow the tutorial, and even though it's very detailed, that tutorial will take you from the start to the end, like to the point that you are paying your application fee. So there are a couple of qualifications, like holding a Singapore Cambridge GCE A level diploma given by an institution in Singapore, an US high school diploma, IB diploma, or this is the one for you probably if you are not from Singapore, year 12 equivalent qualifications. Now, this means that if you have before university, before college, studied for 12 years or equivalent in your own country, for example, I'm in Turkey, I've studied for 12 years, uh, up to the point where I graduated from high school, so I have the year 12 equivalent qualification. So this, like if you are about to start your bachelor's studies, this is the one probably you are in. So don't let this intimidate you. You probably are qualified for this. So this can look quite intimidating, but it's not that. Showing strong leadership skills and having outstanding co-curricular records, I believe this is actually more exclusive. Like not a lot of people have co-curricular records outstanding. So yeah, if you want to learn more about the scholarship, you can just click here, and as you can see, you have the eligibility, which is pretty much the same with what we put in our page. We have benefits, again, pretty much the same terms and conditions. We have application procedure. Again, this is like if you want to, of course, first you need to like to be admitted to the school. If you want, and then again, as you can see, this is for people with year 12 equivalent. You can follow this one, and then there's selection interview if you want more information on that. Yeah, this is again a very comprehensive scholarship. I would say it covers pretty much everything. And the application process is you want to like have a you have to have a say, and like the application process is a bit again detailed, but it's a very good scholarship. It covers pretty much everything. So yeah, Eamon, do you want to add anything to this?
Again, this is another very straightforward scholarship. This one we can accurately say that it's fully funded as it covers both tuition fees and living expenses on top of other benefits going uh or including travel expenses. As far as the eligibility criteria are concerned, yes, as you mentioned, any equivalent or year 12 equivalent qualification would make the applicant eligible, provided that they have high scores. There's extra emphasis on leadership skills and extracurricular activities. So if applicants can demonstrate that they have such a record, that would be, or that would play in their favor. Yeah, so nothing unusual. The essay is pretty typical for such scholarships, especially fully funded ones. Um, as far as um uh the referee appraisal, so this one has to be online. So I think there is extra emphasis on the authenticity of the referral. Sometimes universities just ask you to give them the letter of recommendation from a teacher or someone who is aware of your level at your previous school, but uh, nowadays they are more concerned about the authenticity of such uh, letters, and they just want them to come from the person themselves. Yeah, so I think it's pretty straightforward. Uh, they don't mention any number of recipients, so I think it's good. And if anyone is interested in studying in Singapore, they should go for it.
All right. Okay, thank you. Again, seeing we have no other questions. All right, I'm gonna move to our next scholarship, which is scholarship for international students at National Sun University. Let me share the link here and right here. Now, this is for pretty much every degree, bachelor's, master's, and PhD. This is partial funding, but it's kind of partial. It has a different level for every degree. We'll see about that one. There are no specific nationalities or specific subjects. Every subject is available. Sorry, eligible. So if you want to learn more about the school, you can just go here. It's in, hang on, it's in Taiwan. Now, um, again, as you can see, there's just one more scholarship. And if you want to learn more about the application process, you can just click here and go to the university's page, admissions page, and we have announcements and etc. It's all here. And then, as you can see, we have deadlines for bachelor's and master's, and then we have tuition fees, which are again not that high, quite affordable comparatively. And then we have the scholarships. We have one for pretty much all degrees, and then one specifically. Hang on, this is for, yeah, PhD. Okay, so this is the school, National Sun Yat-sen University. This is one of the better schools in Taiwan, and the scholarship. I will get to that. This looks kind of complicated, but it's not really. And there's no specific eligibility criteria. Just need to be an international bachelor's, master's, and PhD student or applicant. So you can click here to go to our page, university's page for the scholarship. As you can see, this kind of makes it quite clear. We have bachelor's, master's, and doctoral. Now, I believe this, like the bachelor part, is why it's categorized here as partial funding, because it doesn't cover tuition fees for bachelors. It just gives you a monthly stipend. And again, it's not a very high monthly stipend either. So as you can see, and also like you have to apply for every single year. And so for bachelors, it's not that great, but for masters and PhD students, as you can see, It covers tuitions, and then for PhDs, it also gives you a monthly stipend. Now there's type A and type B. Difference being a like for type B, you get also on campus student dormitory fee there. And hang on, let me see something. Okay, all right. So I'm not sure. This is apparently decided by the committee, but based on what I couldn't uh, find an explanation for that. So yeah, this is like this. I guess kind of favors like the higher on the higher the degree, more you get. Kind of favors the like PhDs and masters over bachelors because like at least masters get tuition waiver, and bachelors don't get that too. So yeah, it's kind of like it has different levels, kind of layered scholarship. But if you want to do a PhD here, sorry, if you want to do a PhD here, it covers pretty much everything. Um, Especially if you are type B, then it covers your dormitory fee too. So yeah, that's and hang on. We also have a separate application. Like you can see here, quite the again. This is for like different things for different different degree levels. So yeah, other than that, this is it. Like this is quite a comprehensive scholarship if you are PhD, but if you are bachelor, it still gives you um, quite a like a living stipend at least. So, Ayman, do you want to add anything about this one?
Yes, I just wanted to say that even though the scholarship doesn't cover tuition fees for bachelor students, we would still consider this to be a fully funded scholarship as we always display the highest awarded scholarship. Uh, I believe that we are just doing Taiwan, and this one in particular probably hasn't been checked yet by the checkers, and that is why it said partially funded. So on the back end, the default position for scholarships is partially funded. So probably whoever made the draft forgot to change it to fully funded. Other than that, yeah, it's straightforward, I guess. Other than that little detail.
I see. Thank you. And I forgot to talk about this is where the school is. It's in Taiwan, Taiwan. So if you like, you're quite close to Asian other Asian countries. If you want to see Asia, so yeah, this like I think it's a very good opportunity for especially PhD students. I'm not sure like living costs are not that high in Taiwan, as I think not as expensive as Tokyo. So yeah, if you want to do your PhD in Asia, I think this is a very good option. Okay, so if you have any questions that's about, hang on, did I share this link? No, let me just check it out. I don't think I shared the. Oh, yeah, okay, I did. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask them anytime. But seeing that we do not have any questions right now, I'm going to move on to our last scholarship of the day. So this is Excellent Scholarship, an opportunity program at ETH Zurich. So let me share the link first. If you want to see for yourself the scholarship. Okay, so this is for masters. Unlike the other ones, you can just apply to this for masters. There are no specific nationalities, no specific subjects. Number of recipients is 60, which is, I think, high. I mean, it's not bad because like Zurich, ETH Zurich is already like this is I'm sorry, this is for already master students. So like the school is already not extremely large, but also this is for master students, so you'll have less competition for this. School also has one other scholarship, which is again assistantships. So yeah, um, if you want to like learn more about the school, this is in Zurich. This is a very like very high, very it's an institution that very high level of education. It has some impressive alumni. One of them being actually Albert Einstein. He studied here, and I guess like I remember that there was like a picture. Um, they have like a little corner for him. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, here it is. So yeah, they have this little corner for uh, their alumni. So yeah, this is a very good school. Like has a very high level of education. If you are interested in studying in Switzerland, it's in Zurich. So like it's the middle of Europe. Like a lot of people would really want to go there and see Switzerland. So yeah, that's the school. If you want to see about like the master's application process, you can click here and go to the website of the university, and then I guess you would. Mm, this is for bachelor's, actually, international bachelor. I'm not sure. Uh, yeah, I guess you can see for yourselves. Maybe this one. Uh, Sorry, no. This is the information page. Sorry, yeah, this. Anyway, so this is the school. We have deadlines again. Um, Tuition fees are not that high, but again, this is in Switzerland. Like this is one of the most expensive places on earth. So if you want to study here, you better have a plan for financing yourself. Now, the scholarship gives you not only tuition fee waiver, which is honestly not that impressive, but it also gives you 12 12,000 Swiss francs per semester. This is, I believe, this is like higher than your like normal living expenses that is estimated for Zurich. Like it's around, I believe, like 1,000, around 1,500 Swiss francs, and this is per semester, by the way. Like it's around 2,000 Swiss francs per month, if I'm not wrong. So yeah, this is for masters and for like 2 years. It covers not only your tuition fee, but it's a very generous stipend, I would say. So for this, to be able to apply, you need to be reachable via telephone for an interview, and not yet enrolled or hold, not yet enrolled in or hold a master's degree. This has to be your first master's degree program, and top 10% or grade A holders for your bachelor's degree program. So yeah, if you have these, you can apply. As you can see, you can click here to learn more about the scholarship from the university. Um, they have like some other information here, and again, as you can see, all the information you need is just put in here. Application, eligibility, pretty much the same. Application documents. You have a guidelines proposal. You can click download here, and then again, scholarship amount and durations for 2 years. It's for 2 years, right? I'm not. Yeah, regular duration of master's program. Okay, so yeah, it's 12,000 per semester, which is quite good, really. Yeah, that's it. That's pretty much it. And we have the application process here. You can see here. You have references and also self-developed proposal for a master's thesis. And again, you have to be available for a interview via telephone. So we have, like, I believe it was last week, we talked about another scholarship in Switzerland. It was Geneva, I believe. And then too, we talked about, like, it was just tuition fees. And we talked about how the real problem, that the real financial issue that you would have to deal with if you want to study in Switzerland was actually living expenses, because it's one of the most expensive countries in the world. And like Geneva Zurich too is the I guess one most expensive place on Switzerland too. So this is very good because it also covers that, not just not just the tuition fee. So yeah, also 6 people, 60 people is not something to like. I think it's quite good. Anyway, Eamon, do you want to add anything about this one?
Um, yeah, so I guess as you accurately said, it is 2000 Swiss francs per month, which is the estimated average cost of living in Switzerland. Yeah, so as we mentioned in previous weeks, the issue is never the cost of education, but always the cost of living in Switzerland, which is estimated at 22% more expensive than living in the US, 31% more expensive than living in Canada, and 41% more expensive than living in the UK. So it is really, really expensive, given that living in those three countries is quite expensive as well.
Okay.
Um, yeah, so whenever there's a scholarship that covers living expenses in Switzerland, then it's good news, regardless of whether it covers tuition fees or not. I think if you find a scholarship that covers your living expenses, you can cover the tuition fees yourself, and you would be good.
Yeah, like for example, for this school, like yearly tuition fees are less than what you get from living stipend in a month. So, like, if you also, I guess there are a lot of, if I remember from Geneva scholarship, there are a lot of information about opportunities about like um, work opportunities, halftime. Like there are a lot more about like information about opportunities of financing your studies too. So yeah, I mean, uh, like this doesn't. I think when you include rent, I guess you get around, yeah, 2,000 Swiss francs too. Again, 60, like for this kind of scholarship, 60 is a large, yeah, like a high number. I mean, usually these like this kind of scholarship would, I guess, you would have like three or maybe five recipients from a university, and 60 is quite a lot in my opinion. Like it would be extremely competitive, I would expect, but still 60 recipients means that you have a very good chance, like comparatively very good chance, I guess. So this is the school, by the way. Yeah, that's it from us. Oh, we have a comment on Facebook. One of our viewers said, given an opportunity, I would like to change more about this world. I would change the greed and selfishness in people. When you consider most problems encountered today, they circumnavigate around greed and selfishness, like corruption, environmental degradation. This is also because people are not considerate, they are egocentric, they only care about today, not tomorrow. To them, it is ever me and never we. Well, yeah, I guess I would agree with the general sense of that statement. And still, it's quite good to see that a lot of people around the world, not everyone is just for like looks at the world as just for me, and like you can see for people who are looking around or searching, there are a lot of opportunities to get help, get, for example, like in this case it's just financial aid, but still there are a lot of people who is trying to do good for, even though usually, well, not usually, sometimes it doesn't do anything for them. So yeah, I think you're right, but it's still good to know, good to see that there are a lot of people who are trying to do a lot of good uh, for people from all the other places all around the world. So yeah, I think you're right, but like let's not get too pessimistic, I would say. Anyone, do you want to add anything about that? It's not
Uh,
specifically about scholarships, but
yeah. Uh, I really, I don't know. So it's too early for me to be that deep. That's too deep for me.
okay. Thank you. So, anyone, we are done for today. So, if you have any questions, you can ask them right now. Other than that, otherwise, we'll just end the live stream here. So, I'll give you like a minute to ask, to type in if you have any other questions. Again, thank you for joining us today. Thank you if you're here on live stream, or if you're watching this on VOD. There are people watching us on YouTube, VODs or VODs. So thank you very much for joining us. We do this every Friday, and we have a YouTube channel. Our Facebook viewers, if you don't know, you can come here and we do a lot of like tutorials, a lot of guide videos, some shorts are coming as well. We have live streams. So also, if you have any questions and you couldn't make it to our live streams, you can just ask them in our comment sections, and we do our best to answer them there too. Hyun also answers a lot of questions there. He's doing his best to help. So yeah, you have multiple ways of reaching us. So I guess you do not have any questions right now. Well, again, thank you. So we are going to end it here. Thank you very much for joining us. And thank you, Eamon, for joining me also.
Thank you for having me, Az.
Okay, so everyone, bye. Thank you for being here.